Hi, so today I wanted to do an EFT video with you based on coming out of lockdown. So, as we come out of lockdown, you might realise that lots of people have got lots of hope at the moment. They're very happy, they're excited, they can't wait to get back to normal. Um, but what I'm observing is that not everybody is so ready, and that's okay. We've spent a long time protecting ourselves, putting up these walls, um, perhaps withdrawing, isolating. We've been going through tremendous amounts of grief and change. You know, grief isn't just about losing people, though lots of us have. It's also about that change that is happening, that loss of our normal lives and what we're used to. And that, as we've been asked to carry on and carry on, you know, because that's what we do, isn't it? As Brits, we keep calm and carry on, and we have to, especially in our industry, we have to keep going because we've got people that we need to support that need us. Um, so that can create this element of freezing your grief, so that you can carry on. But then as you go back to normal and everything relaxes and your body relaxes, it's normal for that grief to then want to come forward because it still needs to be dealt with. So you can find yourself almost freezing completely or not knowing what to do or feeling very overwhelmed. And whilst everybody else is celebrating and ready to go back to normal, you might not be. And that's really normal in itself, because actually we're all different and we cope with our feelings in different ways. So this is an EFT video just to help us start to process and start to think about some of those feelings that might be underneath the surface. You can always adapt and add words in for yourself that mean something to you or more relatable to you. So don't be afraid to do that if you've been doing EFT with me for a little while now. Okay, so we will get started. So you're just going to follow along with me. If you haven't done EFT before, check out the YouTube video or the instructional video that which you will be able to find on the Wellbeing Hub page. Make sure that afterwards that you have some time and space just to process if you need to, and that you can drink plenty of water just to flush everything through. Okay, so we're just going to start on the first tapping point. I'm going to say, even though everyone seems ready to go back to normal, what is that? I've lost my normal, and so much has changed for me. I'm still processing, and I may not be ready to go back to normal yet. Might not be ready to go back to everyone else's sense of normal, but that's okay. I'm still lovable anyway. I want you just to take a deep breath in and out. Just feeling that compassion for yourself there. You don't have to be the same as everyone else. It's okay. And even though I sometimes feel a bit pressured to go back to normal, but there is still so much unspoken grief. I can't pretend now that there is hope. That I should just feel and be happy. Because I still have these feelings rumbling around inside. I need time to process, and I might not bounce back the same as everybody else. But that's okay, because I'm still lovable. And I'm allowed to take time to process. Just take a deep breath in and out. Just being aware that it's okay for you to take your own time to process. That you might not bounce back as quickly as others, but that's okay. And you will bounce back in your own time once you've had time to process. And even though it feels like everyone can't wait to go back to normal, I don't understand how they can just let all their barriers down so easily. I spent so many months and years just putting those barriers up, withdrawing into myself and isolating, just trying to keep safe. How is it going to be possible to just let those barriers down now? But as I take time to process, perhaps I'll let those barriers down brick by brick, just starting to break down those walls. Deep breath in and out there. As I start to release these emotions inside that I've been holding on to, I might start to feel this sense of calm in my body. Because behind those walls, I'm still lovable anyway. So I can relax now, just knowing that. Start to work through piece by piece until I find my new sense of normal. Deep breaths in and out. And just be aware of those sensations in the body, those feelings that might be happening. Okay, and we're going to do something here just to help us reprogram some of that really in-depth stress and emotions that we've really probably pushed down. So this is kind of like a bit of a reprogrammer that we sandwich in between. So we're going to tap on this point here called the gamut point. And you're just going to follow my instructions. So you want to kind of keep your body still at the top. And you're just kind of using your facial muscles to do this. So you're going to close your eyes really hard, open them really hard, look down to the right, look down to the left. Move your eyes around in a clockwise direction, round and round, and then back the other way. And then we're just going to hum a song. Count from 1 to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and hum again. Deep breath in and out. And that might have felt a bit strange. It's a bit of an odd practice, I know, but that will really help you to shift. And you may have felt some real deep sensations in the body there, warmth or tingling, or things feeling like they're shifting or moving. And that's just really helping us to bring those feelings to the surface. If you do start to feel emotional, let yourself have that. Try not to push it back down. Just grab a tissue and let yourself have those tears or feelings, or you might want to shout out loud just to express yourself and get those feelings out of the body. And that's really normal. Okay, now we're going to come up to this tapping point here. Okay, we're just going to say, releasing anxiety and expectations to follow the crowd. Just breathe in deep and release. And on the outside of the eye, taking changes at my own pace. It won't be long before I find my new normal. Breathe through, underneath the eye. Recognizing my fears helps me to name them, and I feel more stable again. Deep breath in and out. Underneath the nose, it is safe for me to work through my grief. Underneath the lip, on the chin, there is no shame in grief, only release. Deep breath in and out there. That's a big one. It's okay to still be grieving and for nobody else to have context about that. It doesn't matter, it's your grief. And it's your emotion and you're allowed to feel it and express it. Okay, and on the collarbone. As I let myself process these feelings, I start to feel more confident. Deep breaths in and out. And again, if you're becoming emotional, don't hold it in. Let this flow. Let it come out. Underneath the arm. I find my power again as I begin to process my emotions. Okay, tapping under the arm. On the top of the head. Finally finding some perspective and some clarity as I find my new normal and start to move forwards in ways that feel right for me. Baby steps. It's okay. Go at your own pace. Take 3 deep breaths in and out. Just allowing yourself time to process. Grab some water when you feel ready. And if you need to, you can repeat that cycle all over again. Just go back through the video again until you start to come down. A good way to work with this is to rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10 about how uneasy you feel, 10 being the highest. And then once you've done a round, see where you are on the scale, see how it starts to come down the scale and you start to feel that relief. So don't put any pressure on yourself. Start to come out of this lockdown at your own time and pace. Give yourself time to process, feel your emotions, and that will really help you to move forward in ways that feel right for you. Take care.